Hello and welcome to the show. Now, not so long ago, I played some Rallisport challenge, a game that I remember very fondly from my childhood. Now, there was a sequel to that. I never played Rallisport Challenge 2. A lot of you guys wanted to see me play through this, or play some of this game, and I was kind of curious to see what it would be like. So, we're going to do some of these single races. Now, I've kind of forgot. Modern games don't really come with cheat codes anymore. However, a lot of these older games will have cheat codes so you can unlock stuff. Makes things a lot easier for me when it comes to making videos. It means that I can jump in and get the higher tier cars and so on without having to spend hours going through the career mode. So that is what I've done for this one. I believe there were codes for the first Rallisport. I slipped my mind that that would be a thing. So I have gone and done all the cheat codes to unlock everything. The codes themselves don't actually affect the career mode. It's only for this sort of quick racing stuff. We're going to start. What better place than with some Rallycross? We have got all of these tracks unlocked to us. I did do a couple of test races just to make sure the game was running and everything. I'm thinking Mud Bog it's nighttime, it's heavy rain, sounds quite an entertaining place to go. Now, we're going to go for a 5-lap race. We can only go with 3 AIs. We're going to set the AIs onto hard. We'll have the damage mode on heavy as well. The choice of cars. It's a great choice of cars. We have the Hyundai Accident. We can go for that. We have an Evo 6, an RS 200, the Volvo 240. In fact, I think we've got up to the first class? Okay. I was expecting the RS 200 Evo to be in the second class of rally cars, but apparently it's there with the Volvo and the Hyundai. Sure, that seems like a bit fast car to me. Second tier of Rallycross, Astra, Citroen Zara, Volvo S40, Saab 9.3. So we've got some interesting cars going on here. Now, I could be sensible and use the Rallycross cars for the Rallycross, but I'm not going to be sensible. No, we're going to use the Group B cars for the Rallycross. So, Delta S4, the Audi Quattro 205 T16, or the RS 200. Let's go with... It's got to be the Delta. There are different skins for the cars. You've got to drive so many kilometres with them to unlock them, and as far as I know, there's no way of cheating. I'm just going to make sure, that's not where we want to go in, just make sure that it has saved me wanting to drive with manual gears. It has. Fantastic. No, I don't care about actually saving the setup. You have got all of the whole settings if you do want to do all of that. Brake stiffness, brake stiffness is an odd one. Brake balance I can get, and brake pressure, I guess that's what that might be. Power ratio, so you want it to be more rear bias, toe in and out, and you've got all your suspension settings as well. So fairly in-depth tuning going on here. Oh, there we go. Brake stiffness is explained for you right there. Thank you, game, for telling me what on earth that means when I ask you to. Right, start race. Oh, it is delightfully miserable here. I think this is set in the United Kingdom, this particular circuit. So, yeah, it is a typical English evening. Oh, that's... okay, X is gear down. I thought X was gear up. My bad. We've got some catching up to do. Whoa! This is a really, really... Well, this is an unusual Rallycross course, to say the least. It's very, very narrow, and these cars are blisteringly fast to be tackling a circuit like this one. Visibility is terrible. I go for an overtake. We're going up the inside of the Peugeot. That will promote me up into third place. I'm going to yank on the brakes to try and get the car stopped. That, Jesus, this is more of an autocross than rallycross, to be honest with you. It's, oh God, mighty narrow circuit. Didn't help having putting the car into reverse. Trying to remember all of these different gear layouts and so on is always fun. Oh, someone's had it off. That looks like it was the Quattro. Found its way into the wall as we jump our way across the start-finish line. Probably not the best of circuits to kind of go jumping in when you don't really know the car. This is incredible. I do like the way that the surface changes. The amount of grip that you have is very apparent very quickly. Going from this tarmac to, well, the mud bog through here. The car's suddenly got a lot less grip. Yeah, this is a very, very much an arcade game. Not necessarily a bad thing. You can have lots of fun racing around on an arcade game. But the handling model is still nice and solid here. It is still a good game to throw cars around. The leader is perhaps getting a little bit away out the front. We need them to have another unfortunate moment, much like the Quattro. We're catching the 205. Well, if worst comes to worst, maybe a second place would not be too bad for my first ever race on this game. I should say first ever race. I did do a couple of practice races, not quite my first ever race on here, but I would be happy with the second place. We're gonna. Oh, no, that's a. Oh, I was going for a really good manoeuvre, and I put it down too many gears. Whoopsie. Not quite used to the short gear ratios. There was a gap there. The 205 kind of came back down on me. Ooh, careful. There is very, very nasty ditches about a millimetre the wrong side of the course. You're basically seeing a corner and then panically jump on the brakes in the hope that you might stop. It would be nice to see what this track looked like in the daylight, but I don't think we've got changeable weather conditions that we can set, essentially. I think it is fixed for each track, because this is a pretty extreme conditions for racing in, but at least I guess you've got a rally car. Get round the hairpin. There we go. I think the leader may be too far gone. I'm trying to see where to aim my car across what is, I guess, kind of a jump at that start-finish line. Oh, it's a little bit difficult. Pretty much come to a stop. That is so narrow. That is a lot narrower than the autocross course I do on Forza 6 through there. That is so much slower and more technical. What was the old Forza 4? Did it have it in Forza 4? The sidewinder track, like the big long test track, had a really, really narrow hairpin section on it. And that corner is even tighter than that old area. Some of these later corners as well are pretty impressively narrow, as we are now going to be heading towards the finish line. I think I've done much better. Okay, we'll kind of throw it away a little bit there. We were doing much better on this final lap. Hadn't lost quite as... Not final lap, we've got one more to go. I apologise. We have still got more laps of this circuit. There we go. We set fastest lap of the race, I think is what that one there is. Oh, I've overshot into here, though. Get turned. Make the most of that Group B power as we can floor it around the hairpins. So, yeah... Trying to figure out how brave I can be on this dirt. Cars, well, we saw in the first one, cars will roll here as well if you attack the inside. It would be very easy to do around here. It's such an incredible rally course. I do kind of want rallycross courses like this in Dirt Rally now. Like this level of technicality. I know it's not not where rallycross cars actually race, but this level of technicality for a rallycross course is fantastic fun. Even if I'm not driving the most amazingly well around here. Chuck it through the hairpin for the final time. We're going to cross the line in second place. It 1-2 for the Deltas. And considering I took my time getting the hang of that track, we were actually flying towards the end. I think the cars behind me may have had an accident, because they dropped a long way back, and miles behind. In fact, that is a hell of a course. That is a hell of a track to go racing around. Right, I am curious as to what else you might have. Crossover. These, like the Racer Champion style of circuit. Shall we go? Wow, that's a really long crossover circuit. We're going to go for a little bit of a shorter one. Shall we? Australia Copperhead. Yeah, that looks entertaining enough for me. We're going to go, there we go. Now, we'll do one, I think one lap will be 2 times round. We'll be one on each side, so we'll go for that. Damage heavy. We'll actually show off the damage, so it's too dark in the last one to actually see. Another Hyundai accident. Octavia VRS. Good to see a Skoda in a game. Skodas need to be in more games. I could go with the Octavia, or, you know, these various vehicles. They've got Group B rally cars. We're not. Shall we go take the ice racing cars out? I think we should. We'll do one of these with the ice racing cars. Ooh, do we go for a V6 McGann, or I think we've got to go with the Micra. I showed it briefly. I raced against it on the first game. I think we've got to. Oh, I thought that was four-wheel steer. I don't think it is. It's four-wheel drive system. On that one, disappointed. Four-wheel steer Puma would be interesting to go racing with. Now we'll go with the V6 Micra. It kind of looks like it might be mid-engined. I don't think it is now. I think you'll be able to see the engine. Mid-engined V6 Micra could be quite interesting. But yeah, let's go take this car around the, I guess, kind of a rally stage. I love that the game lets you go and take whichever car you want. I can go take the hill climb cars around here if I want to. I'm really pleased that it lets you just do whatever you want with the vehicles. The AI are quite fighty. Might not. We might taking his door off. The AI do not necessarily respect your personal space, shall we say? Got to bear in mind this is a relatively old game here. We're going to go up the inside. Oh, we've got no grip at all. I was expecting a lot more from the Micra. We have the Puma's gone much bigger time than I have. Yeah, okay, this thing does not have anywhere near the grip I could probably have done with a little bit shorter race. Now, I don't know how on earth the laps are going to even themselves out. Of course, different routes. One might be slightly longer than the other, so I'm hoping I've got the shorter route here. Does not look like it, though, as we are going to jump our way. I've got a fastest sector, at least, which is okay. We're going to weave our way all the way down here. We have got the inside for this final corner. Oh, we're going to come in second place again in the second places. Oh, the BMW beat me. Okay, that was a bit of a shorter lap than I was expecting. Let's go again. Okay, let's not throw things away. Remember that the Micra doesn't have the most impressive amounts. I say it doesn't have the most impressive amounts of grip. We're probably going a lot faster out here than we were at night time in the Group B car. Again, this has got an ice racing vehicle going around this circuit. We've got to find a way past yet to get a Puma. I love the wings on the Puma. They're so I've seen a few, like a real Pumas with those wings. Oh no, we've got it twisted in the air. Spin the car around. They are bizarre looking wings indeed. Unfortunately, we're on the slightly shorter first lap, so I've got a hell of a work ahead of me. On the brakes, almost ending up in the wall. The cars are very throwable. You can really chuck these vehicles through the corners. They're quite easy to drive, but as you saw, if you get things wrong, the handling system is not massively forgiving in many ways. It's actually going to be quite a close race between the front cars. Oh, that is a nasty section that I have not quite got right here. We're going to do one worse, I think, this time around. Yep, we're going to have to settle for third. That's the first time I've seen a car on my side of the road actually take victory. Yeah, in a test race, I think I did 2 test races with this actually. The AI car on my side always did awfully. Get the idea though of the crossover races. Rally, shall we go do? I say a rally stage on here when you're doing them in a. Oh, wow, yeah, some really long rallies. I think that just knits them all together. When you do rally stages in the quick race, you actually kind of race against other cars. How many countries are there? Great Britain, Monte Carlo, Australia, and I've got Sweden as well. Any more? No, okay, so Sweden. Shall we go Sweden? Yeah, let's go with. Sure, looks fun. Shall we go to? We'll take a rally car. Actually, no. I'll tell you what we'll take. New plan. We will take a rallycross car to the rally because I want to go drive the Volvo. I also love that it comes in black and orange. Yep, the Volvo is going to tackle the Swedish rally stage. Sweden, notorious for the giant snowbanks either side of, well, pretty much the entire track, so very easy for things to go wrong. Okay, especially when you've got 4 cars. When you're doing it on your own, that's one thing. When you have a bunch of cars. Oh, this is not going to fit! Yes! I out-accelerated the whatever it was I was alongside. Oh, these are really narrow once more. Oh, I've gone on the power a little bit too soon. No! The accident is leading! Oh, I pressed the wrong button for gear change. That would be slightly my bad. We cannot be doing with an accident winning the race here. we're going to have to do a lot of work, although we're all doing the same thing. Sorry to whatever car that was. Jesus, these rally stages are a lot narrower, than a lot more technical than the first game. In fact, I think we're kind of rivaling dirt rally levels of really ultra technical. I mean, I played like some sort of V-Rally, and so I played that a while back on this channel. They were a lot more open, a lot more flowing stages. Whereas this is there is a very definite line, and if you are off it, you are in trouble, like so there. Oh, I don't know where on earth the braking point is for this corner. We're catching up to the pair ahead, I think, ever so slightly. Oh, we're going across a bridge. We're going to roll. We're going to eat a tree. That's not good. We have caused issues for our engine. We're going to dig ourselves into a snowbank. Bugger, I was trying to be too brave. Trying to be far too brave through there. You know what? We're going to go for a restart. We can't go for a restart. Whoopsie. We have actually got to... You can either retire or you can go and finish the race. I would like to fare a little bit better. Out here. Oh, are we on the... We are on the limiter out there. Taking these unsuitable cars, I'm apparently not doing particularly well. Jesus, that is barely wide enough for the car. I still went flat through it. I was determined not to be beaten. I think it's an Astra I'm chasing down up ahead. Oh, crap, that's a snowbank. We hit those too much. We are going to launch the car. This is incredibly dangerous. I like it, though. God, dear. Yeah, it really is something. Racing through here. No margin for error whatsoever. We're going to come last. It was a 1-2 for the accidents. Oh, it's an Evo. Okay, I'm all right. I'm all right losing to an Evo. Not so much to the accidents. Race again. Please don't put me on this... Oh, bugger. Second row is going to be dangerous, because if one of those cars... I don't know how good the AI are going to be at making their way through the bridge, like someone yielding. Oh, that's how they do it. That was amazing. Well done, guys. That is by far the best method I could have thought for to sort out that situation. There was a wheeling Evo in that. Ooh, we're going to run the back of the car along the snowbank, as is the Evo. There's just nowhere to overtake. Not that I'm massively in a position to at the moment, but this is worse than Nürburgring for trying to find a way past. There's just nowhere you can do it. It's so... You've got to have such a huge dive under brakes, and none of these cars are... Well, I'm certainly not familiar enough with this car or this track to be able to go for a huge dive under brakes. Look at the Evo. The Evo is well and truly going, exploring as we run down here. Uh-oh, I'm going to go for a roll if I'm not careful, or I'm just going to block the whole road. That's fine. Fortunately, the cars behind me, I think, either avoided me or they went on the brakes or they had their own issues. The Evo can get away with running along the snowbank. Me, not quite so much. I got a little bit more in trouble. My front left wheel is apparently red, but... I don't know if I hit that again, if we're going to lose a wheel. I don't know if you can lose a wheel on this game. I thought the damage was only visual, but it is mechanical stuff as well. The damage model is pretty impressive, actually, on here. Oh, no, we're sliding. There we go. Flat out again through. I love that tunnel. It is barely wide enough for the cars, but still, you go so quick. I think I've hit that twice in a row now. These stages are fantastic. They really, really are. Oh, brake. I can close up. Like, this final sector I'm pretty good at is I've got to just not make mistakes early on if I want to stand a hope in hell, because we've pulled away a long way from the cars behind. I'm happier with that one. I'm getting really good at apparently doing second places in these races. The two accidents had some accidents and were this time at the back. Right. That is an intense stage. I can't imagine doing that long stages. I'm assuming they probably can't link all multiple stages together, but God, trying to have the concentration to do all of that. Yeah, beyond me. Hill climb next. Shall we go? I'm not going to do the really long stage. Oh, we can go for a little mini hill climb. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it. Oh, do we go through the Misty Mountains? Oh, the choices. Shall we go for... Sure, we'll go for the base one. This looks like quite an interesting course. I'm saving the hill climb cars. I'm going ice racing with them lot to finish off what shall we go with? We've been with the Group B cars. Oh, I know what we'll go with. So there's a second tier of Group B. You've got Group B2 and the Group B1 here with the... Well, this has got the rear-wheel drive cars of the Renault 5. It has got the Metro 6R4. It's also got the Celica Twin Can Turbo. I can't say I've seen this in very many games at all. The Lancia 037, of course. Yeah, I can't say you see the Celica very often. So we are going to go running with this and hopefully make our way up. It's a relatively short hill climb, so if things go wrong, I would like to get a win. I would quite like to get a win in this. We've got 2 Metros and a Renault. Unfortunately, no Lancia coming out here. Oh, are we on? It's kind of like a muddy hill climb. Yes, indeed it is. This is quite a... Again, got to bear in mind how old this game is. This is quite a pretty course to go racing around. Hey, that was a big overtaking manoeuvre on 2 wheels. The best way to do overtaking manoeuvres. I'm really liking this stage. This is like something out of a Tomb Raider game, and I'm racing through it in a Group B Celica. Fantastic! What more could you possibly want from a rally game? Oh, we are slipping and sliding our way through here. This is absolutely gorgeous rally stage. I mean, the Sweden one was pretty good. Sweden always is. You can always make Sweden look spectacular. But this is a hell of a course. And the fact that we're driving on mud as opposed to gravel, which is something a little bit different. There's even less grip on here. You can't just chuck the car in and hope for the best. We're halfway through this. Ooh, through this stage. I've not quite chucked the car in there though. The odd steering thing that had going on in the first Rallisport, where you'd be halfway around a corner and suddenly lose steering, that was apparently fixed for this game. The cars actually do steer pretty well the whole time. That's the first issue I've really had with trying to get the car turning. I think it's just me carrying way too much speed into a corner, being a little bit too eager. Probably gone for a handbrake and helped it out. This is an interesting final section as well, I think, as we're going to come up towards the crest here. That looks like a finish line to me. I got a victory in this one, beating the Metro 6R4. The Renault 5 gets third with the other Metro in fourth. That is a hell of a course. That is a hell of a... Well, assuming the whole thing is going to be as impressive as that first part was. Yeah, that might be one of my new favourite rally locations. Where is it? Argentina hill climb area. I'm guessing that is sort of like the full climb. Does this have... I could say it goes up, and then we have downhill versions as well. So you want to scare yourself really silly with speed, you can do. Ice racing to finish it all off. I would quite like something in the day. That looks like buildings and so on we've got going on there. Yeah, I'd quite like something in the daytime so we can kind of see what we have going on. I do quite like this course. I want to show this course off. We're going to accept it. There we go. We're going to go for 4 laps around here. Now, the hill climb cars, of course, the things to finish off with. You got your Class 1 hill climbs, the Lancer Evo 6, the 405 T16, nice to see this, in a game 22B Impreza, and the Audi S1. So, we're going to go for the 405, because, well, it's much cooler. The other cars are great, don't get me wrong, but the 405 T16 will definitely win. And then to finish off, we'll do the Sweden ice racing stage with the ultimate tier of hill climb cars. So these are the brutally fast cars that we are going to take, of course, with the mightiest of wings as well, and we are going to take them ice racing around the streets of Canada, I believe was this one. I like this course because, yeah, unlike the sort of the traditional ice racing places that they go to, this is literally just a street, and once again it is we'll finally get turned into that corner. Once again, it is a very technical track. You see, as I said, when I loaded it up in practice, I did, I think, one or two ice races around here and a couple of the crossover bits, and this I thought was just a one-off, with it being as technical as it is. That is not the case. Oh, sorry Evo, that was unintentional. Very much unintentional. Trying to get in front of this car, turned in, and then goes. Oh, God, get the turbos. Go for it, car. Gear ratio is very, very short. The Evo very sideways. I'm quite sideways, a little bit less on the sideways front there. No, I'm gonna be a little bit too slow through there. Never quite sure with these cars with the gear ratios going on with them. They've mostly got very, very short gear ratios, so trying to be in the right gear at the right time. At times when you're not familiar with a car, a little bit on the awkward side. My front splitter is probably going to be a funny shape after I'm taking a very, very different approach to the Evo through here. The Evo's really chucking the car in. I am being a little bit more on the composed side, as you would expect from me here, and taking a little bit of a tighter line. Oh, second gear will get us out of there. I was looking for see if I could get away past, but not quite. Okay, we need to get that into second. I thought I had. I must have mispressed the button. The Evo's actually got a little bit more of a margin over me, but it's still close. It's still close. I'm a little bit quicker through this first sector, but the Evo gets it, I think, a little bit. I think I'm not being good enough on the downshifts, I think, is what is hurting me. Okay, I can make up big time there. The big slides from that Evo not helping it. We're going to go for the inside here. Oh, it's a battle for the lead, and I'm going to inherit it. Squeeze the Peugeot past, but now got to not throw it away at this next corner, which we almost did, taking a very wide line through there, but it was quite a quick line. And now we do not have the problem of an Evo directly in front of us through this uphill section, and I can take the line that I want through here. Unfortunately, we're far enough away. Of course, with me taking a little bit of a different line to the AI car sometimes up there, if I am in the front and the other car is directly behind me, they are very easy to find themselves in your boot, and they will put you round. They will not really do much to avoid the player, unfortunately. Again, though, it's quite an old game. AI's relatively old and so on. I'll forgive them that with such the impressive stage selection and sort of race selection that, or race track selection, I guess we could call this, that they've got going on. An impressive damage model as well for the cars. This one, I've not been through the wars too much here. Oh, don't stall, go. But you can see the kind of the bent up front. It's a little bit hard to show on these games. Oh, no, that's not good. Go. Oh. Okay, well, there we go. That will show it. You see what damage that did to the rear quarter of my car. Didn't quite work on this final lap. Doesn't matter. We're going to take victory. I've come better towards the end of this recording. Hey, I don't know what on earth happened to the Evo. The Evo must have spun or got stuck after bumping into me because the Quattro came home in second. There we go. Evo lost a whole heap of time. All right. One more race. I could play this game all day. It's so much fun. It really is. I think that incorporates... Is there two? Yeah, there's kind of sort of two parts, and that incorporates all of them together. We're going to head to Sweden to what looks like a more normal rallycross course. Shall we go for... See, I quite like the look of... We'll go for this one over here. Sure, we'll go 4 laps. Now, our sort of ultimate hill climb car, Suzuki Grand Vitara, the Pikes Peak Tacoma. We've got a Saab 9.3 in here, and the Pikes Peak Celica. I didn't know they did a Saab hill climb car. I've seen the Celica at Goodwood. You know, we've all seen the Tacoma, we've all seen the Grand Vitara, but I didn't know a Saab went as a Pikes Peak car, so that's what we're going to drive. We're going to compete in this final race. As tempting as the Celica is, very tough choice between the Saab and the Celica. The fact that there is a Saab crazy hill climb car means that we're going to have to drive it to finish this video. There are 2 Saabs in this race. Well, that is good. We want all of the Saabs. As ever, there is a crash off of the start line. I don't think we've had a race yet where there hasn't been a crash off of the start line. Oh, everybody's got... the Suzuki went sideways, and I kind of didn't really have anywhere to go. And then, oh, sorry, I didn't quite know how tight that corner was. That is a very tight corner, and I was kind of trying to string them all together. Ugh. Okay, second gear. I don't know if we want second gear through there or not. brakes. We're going for smoother approach. Smoother approach is good, I think, potentially, through here. You see, the AI really throw these cars around through these corners. It is kind of how ice racing cars are driven from the very little bit of it that I have seen before. When you've got this much power, I don't really want to, well, I say I don't really want to know. They've probably got 800 plus horsepower, these cars, 700, and yeah, we're driving them on ice. And again, I mean, this is another very, very, very narrow circuit. Try to get a move done on this Suzuki. I can't get it done there. That's not going to work. I'll be really careful, actually, as we're bouncing around in the braking zones, that I don't get everything locked and not be able to steer the car here. Suzuki, look at they really are throwing it massively sideways. I'm quick up here. Again, I'm just going to be smooth through this corner, not waste my time going sideways. But I'm not going to also have anywhere to overtake. And then we've got to get the direction change here. Suzuki is bouncing off all of the walls more than me, and I'm going to make the most of it. The Saab is up into the lead. The Suzuki wants the lead back and is going to, well, find a way past. That was very much a case of either I lifted or we were both going to crash. So I lifted so that I could stay in the race. We'll return the favour. I have no doubt at some point in the race. Whether the AI will lift, though, or not, that is the bigger question. Yeah, I'm being very much smoother on the way in to these corners. That one there, I'm not quite getting the power down on the way out of it that I would like. I think my gear ratios, I don't think first is going to work out of there. I think first is going to be too short. But if I leave it in second, we don't get going quite as nicely. We could probably do with some different gear ratios. Again, I mean, these cars completely and utterly... The Suzuki's binned it! Oh, I'm in third now. I was too busy celebrating the Suzuki having a crash. I forgot that I was still had stuff to be doing. I think that is karma at its finest right there. I am... very happy with that one, and then we can, if you get it right through there, maybe first gear isn't completely useless. Maybe first gear is long enough to deal with these corners. Yeah, we're at the really awkward stage. First is a bit short, second is a bit long. Either way, now keep with that smooth driving style for these final couple of corners, and the Saab will claim a victory, and I will be happy to have a Saab. I mean, we've had victories with some really rather awesome vehicles in this video. The Saab will win the ice racing competition. I'm thoroughly impressed with it. This is a hell of a game. The stages, the locations that we go racing. Hey, it's a Saab 1-2, even better. The Suzuki very much got karma'd in that race. I like it. Unfortunately, the Celica at the back. It would have been better if the Celica could have got third as well. But there we go. In fact, we can probably go and view the replay. Indeed, we can. I think you can save the replay. I think I saw somewhere you can. An option to view replays and so on. I'm really impressed with this game. This is really, the stages are amazing. The car choice is fantastic. That was my poor driving on the opening lap. That was my one bad piece of driving in this race. The car choice is excellent. The handling is great fun. Yeah. If you still have an original Xbox lying around and you haven't played this game, I highly recommend you go and get it. I think this cost me about £1.50, if that. Yeah, I don't think it was released on anything other than an Xbox, but yeah, it is absolutely incredible, and I'm kind of disappointed I didn't play it back when it was a new game, but I have now, and I really, really like it. I may well actually go and play this sensibly when I get some time to go through a career mode or whatever. Yeah, it's fantastic. Can't believe I managed to stay out the wall better than the AI around here with these vehicles. However, that is going to be it from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.